Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, April 4th.
50 years ago, 36 volunteers stepped up to serve their community.
The Palm Coast Fire Department is celebrating 50 years. Amy Cherry reports.
Lieutenant Patrick Giuliano, Public Information Officer for the Palm Coast Fire Department, says so much has changed since then.
Back then, we ran 2 calls for the entire year, and there was a population of 4,000 people in Palm Coast. Today, we're serving over 13,000 calls with over 96,000 residents, but we are excited to celebrate the past 5 decades of service. And while we're proud to say that our department and our community has evolved, we still remain committed to providing the top-notch service to our community.
He harkens back to a monumental challenge the department faced.
The 98 wildfires was perhaps the most harrowing experience for our department. They stepped up to the challenge, and it was the only time in Florida history where there was a mandatory evacuation for an entire county. And for that to have happened 20 plus years ago, it changed our city and it changed our community. And today we have expanded our services, expanded our fire stations, and it truly is an honor to serve our community.
He adds technology has changed for the better as well.
When many of us started out, and I started with the department 16 years ago, I started as a volunteer. In order to go to a call, you had to make sure you had your map book and you traced where you were going to go before you got there. Today, with modern technology through our computer-aided dispatch system, we're able to have the information right at our fingertips where it can tell us where we can find fire hydrant locations, the caller, the details of the notes from the call.
You're invited to celebrate 50 years with your local firefighters on Saturday, April 22nd from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Fire Station 21 on Corporate Drive. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A Bunnell massage therapist is arrested on prostitution charges.
Police Chief David Brannon says they received an anonymous complaint about unlawful sexual activity at an East Moody Boulevard business.
We used an undercover operative to try to determine what the illegal activity was, and in the first effort to do that, we were able to confirm what had been alleged, which was basically the massage therapist offering to perform a sex act in exchange for money.
Some people felt the arrest was unjustified.
I've seen some social media remarks about why this person was arrested, and it's frankly surprising to see the amount of criticism of doing what we did to curtail this problem. So, when anybody makes a complaint to us about illegal activity going on, we're going to do our best to determine whether or not it's actually occurring, and if so, we're going to take the appropriate steps to address it.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
A free housing fair and financial wellness clinic is coming to Flagler County.
You're invited to attend a free housing fair and financial wellness clinic hosted by Flagler County, the City of Palm Coast, and the Mid-Florida Housing Partnership from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. April 22nd at the Flagler County Association of Realtors building on East Moody Boulevard in Bunnell. Flagler County Housing Program Manager Devry Paradowski.
It's an opportunity for all of our citizens to come learn about the different programs that we have in our county, and they will be able to talk to HUD-certified housing counselors. And so we will be there also to talk about their SHIP-funded down payment and closing cost assistance programs, rehabilitation programs, and repair programs as well.
And credit counseling will be provided by HUD housing counselors. Everyone is invited to get a free credit report too. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Students get grades at school, but what about the schools themselves?
Flagler schools are graded, so says Superintendent Kathy Middlestadt. She said on a recent episode of Common Grounds that the Department of Education grades every school in the state of Florida.
The final assessments are put together into what is called a school report card, and there's different categories to earn points to determine if you're going to be an A school or B school or a C school.
Middlestadt said the Flagler schools got its grade.
Last year, Flagler Schools was a B. The prior 2 years, grading was suspended. The previous year to that was the first time in a number of years that Flagler Schools achieved an A.
The superintendent also said that one thing is true with the district. All of the information is accumulated and the district receives a final grade. Listen to Common Grounds on WNZF Sunday mornings at 10. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.